What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with...
And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. Benefits of a classical education.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another video. Today we're going to talk about how to find all the Lilith statues, a really good resource, the one that I've used to actually finish this out. I'm going to talk about whether this is a fun concept, whether it's worth doing, and basically how it's going to move forwards, like with seasons and that kind of thing. Before we do get going, as always guys, thumbs up brightens my day. Now, I probably didn't do this fast enough.
That's what she said!
I probably put it off a little bit. And that is obviously getting all the statues. Now, to get all of them, it obviously helps with your Renown. So we've got, basically, there's a different amount of statues in each area. So there's 28 in the Fractured Peaks, there's 33 in the Dry Steppes, we've got 34 in Hawazar, 31 in Kyrgyzstan, and then 34 in Scotland. Now, they do all contribute to your Renown. You don't have to find all of them to max your Renown out. Obviously, Renown is a separate system. They do count towards it, but you could do dungeons, you could do all the side quests. You probably will have to find at least some of these things as you go to like max out Renown in areas. That's kind of like my next thing, is probably to try and box those off. But what happens when you get the altars is they'll give you a little bonus. So they might give you some strength, they might give you some willpower, they might give you some dexterity. A few of them actually give Paragon points, some of them give Obol max capacity, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's not that many Paragon points on offer, but there's 4 I think. So it is worthwhile doing, for that regard. There's the completion element to it, and it was a lot of fun to start off with, finding the shrines, hearing that cool little sound effect as they light up as you click them, and it's generally speaking a little bit of a good addition to the game. Now, with the resource that I've been using, it has been much easier. It's been super easy, barely an inconvenience. Not really true, because obviously you still have to go everywhere and try and find them. But with this map here for Sanctuary, you can simply click on it. This is probably the best interactive map that I've come across so far, because you can just independently take all this stuff out. It's a completely free resource. It does have some ads on it, but you can just click them off if you want. And to basically find the stuff, all I do is I go hide all. That wipes everything off the map completely. I turn on the waypoints, and then we move down here to the collectibles and put the Altars of Lilith. Now, this map also does actually highlight the different regions as you go around it, which is handy, similar to how it does on the game when you click. And the reason I leave the waypoints on is just to allow another point of reference. So all I've got on the map basically is going to be the altars themselves and also the waypoints, and that was pretty much how we did it. Of course, the map is linked in the description. Now, what this means is that if you want to play another character, so not only the benefits to your main character, but let's say you want to reroll a new Blizzard sorcerer or something like that, when you load into the game, you will have a stat boost from doing all of these things, which is basically permanent, account-wide, on any new character you start off. So it does give you a bit of a boost, because it's going to give you this kind of like extra strength, intelligence, willpower, dexterity, so worthwhile doing. Now, the interesting thing about this is that for seasonal play, those stats will be permanent. So when you load into season 1, you will already have the 75 to all the stats as you load in your fresh level 1 character. The map will be completely blind again. It will be like making a new character and starting again, but the stat bonus will be permanent. You can re-go and find all the Lilith statues again, or the Altars of Lilith, and all they'll simply do on season is basically give you Renown. So they won't actually give you any more stats because you've collected all them. I'm not sure on the Paragon points how they work, because obviously some of the altars grant Paragon points, so maybe the ones with the Paragon points we're going to have to go and find. Max Obol capacity ones we're definitely going to have to go and find, and I think that's going to be true on other characters as well if you want to go and find them on there. So you are going to have to go through this process a little bit to an extent. So the question is this like a fun mechanic? I think for a first playthrough, absolutely, definitely, really enjoyed finding them. A little bit of a an interesting point to note. The stats make your character a little bit more powerful. I think it's a good collector, a good completionist activity. What I would say is, though, by the end it did start to feel a little bit more like a chore, simply because obviously getting each and every single one in all these little obscure locations did take a bit of time. I think ultimately the system, if they were randomized in a way, that would kind of be better, because you'd just be finding them. It would be more frustrating for sure, because you wouldn't be able to look on the map, but I think that could have been a more interesting way to go. But I kind of understand why they're fixed. Maybe if we play the game for long enough, we'll just learn all the locations. I'm not sure I can see that happening, but it is a possibility. Doing it again for a seasonal character, well, as I say, I think we're gonna have to find out whether we need to go and get just the Paragon ones, whether we want to be going out of our way to do all of them. Are they in easier Renown farm than doing side quests, dungeons? Maybe not. But I think it's a little bit like some of the other content, like the campaign, for instance. You can play through that again on season if you want. You can play through that on a new character if you want. The Altar of Lilith, you might want to go and find all of them, particularly if you enjoy it. And if you don't, if you hated its guts and if you couldn't be arsed doing it, well, you probably only need to find a few of them to get the kind of specific benefits from them. But at the end of the day, when you restart your character for Season 1, this whole map is going to go. Everything on it's going to be blank. You're going to be starting with a fresh slate. It's once every 3 months. So I guess that's kind of up to each individual player. Can you stomach doing it? What I would say is, if you don't have access to 2 screens, if you're just playing on your Xbox, or you're just playing on a laptop or a single screen setup, it is really, really rough. Second screen makes this much easier, because you can have the map to your side, glance at it and have a look around. But overall, I think it's probably a good addition to the game. Season 1, I'll be happy to do it again. Season 2, Season 3, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe there's going to be some kind of Renown shortcut or something that changes as the game grows, that means that we don't have to find every single one of these statues every single season. And as I say, if they're not giving us the stat bonuses, if that stat bonus does carry on to seasonal characters, which is what I've been told, so I hope I'm not repeating wrong information here. And in a way, it would be kind of fun, I think, even to just collect them all again and get the stats. So I don't care if they do take the stats off them and you have to go around and find them all again. I think that could be an interesting journey. Whether it gets on people's nerves more than once every 3 months, different story. But yeah, we'll see. But that's how you find them. Use the map. Just get it done. It's worth it. It is worth it for the Renown. It's worth it for the stats. And it's worth it to just say you've done it and be happy that you've completed a part of the element of the game. I've been the Filthy Casual. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.